afterwards. And it's really refreshing. There have been a couple of people that have said it makes them feel a lot better. And it's really refreshing to hear you say, yes, this is way better.
Way better.
I felt healthier.
For me, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
But the thing about opera, too, is, and you've inspired me to study more opera here in the last couple of months.
Cool.
Now, I'm not by any means whatsoever. I'm not a I'm not. I don't know. I don't know that much more than I didn't already know. But I do know that that's a completely different technique and a completely different world. Like, a lot of people don't realize this in opera. There's no microphones. You're not singing into a microphone. You're taking, you're trying to fill up that entire auditorium.
Yeah.
Or where
it's a lot of sound.
It's a lot of sound, man. And that is extraordinary because I never really knew that. And so I could see you're also kind of, for the most part in opera, you're moving, but you're not like running all over the place.
We don't tend to run and then sing as much, right? Because then there tends to be issues with holding out a note for a really long time.
Right, exactly. It's one of the reasons why I know that you've reacted a bunch to Maynard, with Tool.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And one of the things that he does, and I don't know him personally or anything like that, I'm a massive fan. I have been since the very beginning with their career. But, one thing with him, he puts himself on a platform, I think on purpose, because if you listen to Tool, that ain't easy.
No.
What he's doing. And so it's a lot more, what he's doing in a lot of ways is kind of an operatic, in a way, kind of like an operatic heavy metal in some regards, because he's hitting these long notes and he's hitting these crescendos that are very unique. But in order to do that, I don't know if he could run around and jump off things and do somersaults and whatever else, and sing like that. That would be difficult to do.
Yeah.
What you've done is pretty.
Yeah, especially I think with the progressiveness of Tool's music and just staying in there when you've got multiple time signatures going on. I think that would be extremely tough to keep track of, especially when your heart rate goes up, and that sometimes can affect your sense of rhythm. But
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is probably the hardest thing I've ever done. Long journey. As soon as you think you've gotten to a plateau, there's another plateau above that. It's very humiliating. You have to proceed in that manner, understanding there's always somebody better, more technical, faster, stronger, all that. It's a wonderful journey. I highly recommend it. This is Verde Valley Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor Stefan Dahlstedt and Jesse Teague, and my buddy Tim White.
I look at Bruce Dickinson as one of those people that I just jaw drop, runs everywhere. Hops on stage, and when he hops, I don't really hear the diaphragm bouncing at all. It's just like, what? How do you hold a long note and do all of this at the same time? This is insane.
Well, once again, those guys are, especially Steve Harris and Bruce specifically, are very, very athletic. But we had the honor in 2017. We did 40 dates with Iron Maiden in Europe and the UK. We were
awesome.
We opened up for them. This huge tour. And I can go ahead and tell you right now, he walked out there every single night and he hit it all and was running all over the place. And age is just a number. That's the way I look at it. I know that's the way he looks at it. Obviously it's, in his performances, but everyone's different, how they handle that. But once again, he's a guy that's really conditioned.
Just, breaking the script first of all. Oh, here, there, and then I'm going to climb up. This gives me the leverage to face you and bring my knees up.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's an awful position. Yeah. Because I've got everything here.
Right.
Oxygen in the brain is important for creativity and productivity and just being aware and in your skin. Being in the wine industry or being on the mat, you have to be conscious and present for that to be a successful endeavor. You can't phone it in. You can't really cut corners for it to be, for the wine, the vineyard suffers if you're not present. Right? Same thing on the mat. If you're snoozing, there's somebody that's going to put you to sleep. Verde Valley Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you're walking in the door as a white belt, you don't know anything. So every day that you go there, even though you might make some small progressions, it's about you really digging in and self-evaluating and understanding exactly what humility smells like. And I feel like I've seen it in our world. Between bands, my bands, Tool, for Perfect Circle, all of them, you get to spots where you feel entitled, you're arrogant, you are greedy, like all those things are in all of us, and you have to check yourself when they come up.
Yeah.
Or not, and you end up being like the bands that you are talking about. Like,
yeah.
It has to be this way or I won't do it. That's kind of dumb. But
well, bands are odd too, right? Because you're managing personalities. It's not just like one person with a creative vision and they put it down. You have all these other people and their ideas, and you got to work it out together, and there's all sorts of weird shit going on, right?
Sorry.
What'd you do? You shut it off?
I was checking my likes.